Good morning, everyone. Oh, had some technical issues again this morning, but I got it straight. It will not win. I hope you are having a good day. It's a little chilly up here today, so I have my long sleeve shirt on. I didn't have my heat on last night, and it dropped down to like 69 up here. I mean, I didn't have my heat on up here. Hey, Kim. So it was a little chilly, but it's up to 70 now. So it's going to take it a while, but that's okay. I just figured I would add use my long sleeve shirt. I have 3 fall cards for you today. I'm using some 2 sets that are in the annual catalog. And then I'm using those new stencils. I'm going to try something. I love stencils. I love the layering kind. These are not technically layering, but we'll see. I'm going to see if I can't make it a little bit more. They're flat. I don't know if you've seen stencils from other companies where you layer different colors. Those kind of make the image more 3D looking, whereas this is flat. That's all I can say. So I will try. I like it to add highlighting and things like that. We'll see if it works. If not, oh well, I learned. And if you like that look, you can order them. And if not, just know that I showed you how or what it looks like. All right, I'm not going to chat too long. I'll give it a few more minutes for people to come in because I know it takes it a while for the feed to come up for you guys. Let's see, what else is going on? Not a whole lot. I go tomorrow to get Zoe for a week. I do not know if I will be here next Saturday because Jess is supposed to come down on Thursday night. So she and the girls will be here Friday and Saturday, and then they'll leave to go home Sunday. So, hey, Sharon. I may not do a live next week because we may have plans. I only have them for a few days, so I will probably not do it. And I don't know if I will be live in the group Monday night or on YouTube on Wednesday of next week. Since I have Zoe such a short time, I don't want to take time doing Facebook Lives and all when I could be spending it with her because by the Thursday there I only have her. Let's see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Sunday is half day, it's gone by the time we get home. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are the days that I have her. And Thursday morning, I have class. So we will see what happens and go from there. I'm pretty certain I won't be here next Saturday since I'll have all of them. Now that's if she comes. Zoe wasn't real thrilled with her honing in on her week with Gigi, so to speak, but we'll see. And if things change, that's fine also. I've asked Zoe to send me, I sent her a list of ideas for things to do and I haven't heard back. So I sent a reminder last night. I need to know what you want to do and what you want to eat. She says, okay. And I haven't gotten anything. So it's like, all right, girl, come on here. So we'll see. And maybe she doesn't want to come and doesn't know how to say it. I understand that, it's one of those things. If she doesn't want to come, she doesn't want to come. I don't force them. She's 12, going to be 13 next month. So, those teenage years, they're hard. So whatever. All right. I'm going to get ready and I'm going to take, hey, Renee, I hope you have your beverage of choice. If you don't, you've still got a few minutes because I'm going to get ready and pull my camera over. I'm going to move this out of the way first, pull my camera over and then spotlight for everybody. And we'll get started. I got another drink. I always move that out of the way because I didn't one time and I turned it over onto my project. I was not happy. All right, let me spotlight for everyone. All right, let me Let me do some adjusting here so we have as much screen as possible. There we go. I think I'll go over a little bit more. There we go. That's better. All right. For my first card, all right, where did I put all the stamp sets? Well, this is not good. I've got all the supplies, but not the stamp sets. I don't know what I did with them. Interesting. All right, well, I'm using Cheerful Daisies. I'm using the Fern from Nature's Print and the splatter from, I think it's Color and Contour. Don't know what I did with my, that is the strangest thing that I don't have those stamp sets. Who knows? All right, I'm starting off with a piece of paper. And let's see. My ink colors are Mossy Meadow, Early Espresso, Crushed Curry, and Daffodil Delight. I am going to pull in a scrap of paper because I will be stamping off the side. I went for fall colors. I want to show you how you can use the Cheerful Daisies stamp set to make sunflowers. So I'm going to start with my solid image on Cheerful Daisies and Daffodil. Hey, Janice. Oh, good for you, Kim. All right. And I think I'm going to off stamp this. Let's see. No, if I off stamp it, it's too light. So I'm going to go full strength. Let's see. All right. And I'm going to stamp it here. And another one down here. Then I'm going to go to the, I don't know, the one that looks more like a cone flower, I guess you could say. And I'll put it in there. And one there. So I have my daisies stamped. Now I'm going to do the outline. I'm going to do the outline in Crushed Curry. And I did this backwards. I should have done the outline first. Oh, well, I forget all the time. And let's see. I think it goes this way. Let's see how close I got it. Ooh, not bad. Little off, but not bad. All right, and then this piece there. And that one's off a little too, but that's all right. It adds a little interest, don't you think? Agree with me, even if you don't. All right, I need the outline for the other one. And that one goes on here. That one's pretty good. And I've got this one. Oh, I did really well with that one. All right. Now I'm going to add my centers, and I'm going to add my centers with espresso. I'm not, yeah, I want them full strength. Sometimes you can go, oh, darn it. There we go. I saved it, but it's not exactly perfect. It's blurry. I'll just tell people, no, it's not blurry. It's your eyes. Okay. And then I'm going to add my top. So you can very easily use this flower for the spring, summer, and fall. Now I'm going to Mossy Meadow. Oh, that one's hard to open. I hurt my finger. I think it's from Water Aerobics. And I'm going to pull in some scrap paper because I'm going to like put it here, and I don't want to get it on this. So I'm just going to add some scrap paper around it. You can always, I don't think, if I could find my stamp set, I'd look to see if I had the masks done. I don't know if I do. All right, so I'm going to add that up in there. And it's okay if it's not exactly perfect. All right, and I'm going to add some here, another one here. Right, and then I'm going to use the tip here and here. All right, there we go. Get rid of these. I may need them on the next one. I've got stamps that I don't want to set down that I would get in the way. All right, now I'm going to move that up because I'm going to use a 3rd generation of the splatters. And I'm not worried about it going over top of the flowers on this. All right. So as you see, just by the colors, you can make it. Let's see if I stick one in there. There we go. You can make it a fall card. And I'm done with that. There is a space for sentiment there. I don't think I'm going to use a sentiment, but we'll see. All right, I'm going to move this out the way. And oh, scared me. I pulled in the linen thread. The linen thread is a good thread to use for fall. I'm going to have my bow over here. Because it has a, I don't know, more rustic look. So I'm just going to wrap it around a couple of times. And where are my ribbon scissors? I was using them to cut. Are they hidden? Yes, they are underneath my other project. All right, I'm going to cut it off. And then I'm going to tie my bow. You know, I think I'm going to tie my bow. There. All right, now I wrapped it around twice. I am going to tie a double knot. And I'm going to pull my threads north to south. Now these two overlap. So I'm going to do some adjusting real quick while I can. Come on, get over on the other side. There we go. All right, so I've got that. Now, to make your bow, take your string that's on in the south, take the north one, cross it over and pull it through the hole. That way your bow goes side to side. All right, and then you just adjust it. And I'm not going to cut that because I like the long bows on this. So there's my bow. Now, what I did was I took another piece of Very Vanilla and the 3D embossing folder, that crosshatch one. I love this folder. I will use it a lot. So be looking for it. So there's that one. All right, now, normally you would put this in the middle, but I wanted to tell you, and I'm going to have to put it on with my double-sided tape. You can very easily, let me see, I'm going to add my tape, easily shift it to the side for a different look. So don't feel you have to always put it in the center. Sharon, I love this stamp set. This bundle I have played with so much, and I'm finding so many things to do with it. And I just cut into the card base. But it's vanilla on vanilla, so you really won't see it. And I decided to go with vanilla. I usually always use white, but you know, the fall is kind of a muted color. Oh, hey, Carol. I just saw you pop in. All right. says I have quite a few watching. Let me see if I missed some comments. Oh, I did. Okay, I have Carol Schaefer. Hello. I said it was Carol Belangia that I said hello to earlier. I caught Janice, so I've got everybody. If you're here and you haven't said hello, make sure you pop in and say hello. We love to know who's here and having fun with us. I hope you will try some of these ideas. I love sharing my ideas to inspire you to do some things. Okay, so then this piece, all right, and look how cute that is. And don't those look like sunflowers? I mean, I think they do. Black-eyed Susans, you know, but this piece I'm going to put on even with the side, but I'm going to center it top to bottom. Like so. So you have more of your edges showing. So just a little bit different look. Hey, Peggy. And then that piece is going to go on an early espresso card base. Got everything stacked up over here to the side since I have 3 cards to do. This piece is embossed, so I'm going to use my double-sided tape to put it on. I always use the double-sided tape, and the reason being is I know a lot of people use snail or glue, and snail is okay, but it doesn't stay together in my house. My cards fall apart. So I don't use snail. And the glue, if you think about the back of your panel and its debossed side, you have valleys and plateaus. Well, the glue will stick to the plateau, but it sinks down into the valley and hardens, and it's not stuck to anything but the sides of the cardstock. This way, your tape goes all the way across and it stays together. So I've never had a card come apart using this double-sided tape. So it's, well, it's one of those things. Use what works in your house, because maybe your house's humidity is different from mine. All right, now this goes in the middle, like so. If you want some interest, you can pull it over to the side, but I want that brown all the way around. So you can make one card in the middle and one card to the side. So there's the first idea. And it's so cute. Perfect for fun card. All right, so I'm going to put that one out of the way. For card 2, and I have this, I'm going to be using some of the same ink pads. I'm going to use the Inked and Tiled, and I'm using this image, and this image. So let me, okay. Oh, darn, I missed some things. Okay, all right, well, I will be pulling some things real quick. All right, I'm starting out. This is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. It will stay 4 1/4, but it may shrink down. It's also going to go on a, what do I say? Early espresso card base. All right, I don't think I'm going to shrink it. But what I want to do first is I want to put this down, and I'm not going to stick it down, but what I am going to do is I'm going to take a really long piece of, well, maybe I will. Hold on. Let me get my temporary adhesive and stick it down. There it goes. I say it's not working. All right. And I'm watching my spacing. All right, so I'm going to stick it down. I want this to block it off because I'm going to use this on the top. And it's not, it's a little bit showing. I don't want it showing too much. There we go. All right, so I'm going to take this and my early espresso, and I'm going to ink this up. Now, I don't want to go over here, so let me grab my paper and I'll put it this way so I don't get it on my mat. And I'm going to put this here so it blocks it. And then I'm going to use just that top piece for some interest. So it's just a few lines. Probably could go up a little bit. Okay, take that off. Yep, it needs some more lines. Hang on. So I will move up a little. That's better. There we go. All right, now I'm going to flip it around because it's easier for me to do it flipped around. And I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. So what I'm doing is I'm adding a background without having to do the whole background. If you want to do the whole background, do the whole background. All right, come on. You moved on me. Technical issues. There we go. All right, now I've got to go up a little bit. And I will tell you, I'm using, see that little dip? I'm putting that like even with the Post-it note. All right, let me take that off. So I have some interest on my card. Now I'm going to let that sit aside, and I got to work this way. All right, I'm going to use my stamp. Done with that. And I've got 3 markers. I have Crushed Curry, Mossy Meadow, and Cajun Craze. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my stems and leaves. And when you color on your stamp set, make sure you use the side of your marker. Don't go with your tip. You'll mess your tip up. Then I'm going to do the flower head with Crushed Curry. So, and I'm going to take my Cajun Craze. Yeah, I'd had to check and see. And I'm just going to kind of swipe down very gently from the top. I'm not going down very far. You want to kind of swipe it, because if you don't, you get funky lines. All right, now this, I'm going to start here and I'm going to stamp it there like so. All right, so I've got that one. See, you've got your fall colors in there by using 2 colors. That's a great way to get 2 colors on your stamp set without having to worry about it. I probably should have cleaned that. Hopefully I'm not going to regret. And my Crushed Curry marker is going to be messed up. I'm going to pull this one down so it's down a little further. Doesn't seem to be. We'll find out on the next one. And I'm going to do another one down here. So I've kind of staggered them. I think I'm stamping enough off that it's okay. What I'll do is scribble it till it looks like I've got everything out of it. I don't have to worry about this one. Oops, wrong way. Okay, and then this one is down here. So I have it staggered. Now, we have a lot of open space down here. That's when this stamp comes in, or comes to the rescue, so to speak. All right. So I am going to, it's kind of stuck. I'm going to use a second generation on this one. I always test to see. This piece will be very juicy with ink. So I'm just going to come in and I'm going to add some other leaves. I used a third generation there, and I'll do another one. Here. Okay. So I've got that. This is very, very wet. It's coming through. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put it straight in the trash. Not going to chance it. Now, this piece is going to go on here, but I'm going to wrap my ribbon around and I'm going to put my bow on this side. Reason being is my flowers are low over here. So think about where your bow would look best. And in this case, I'm going to go on this side and I'm going to do it 3 times. All right. Pull this out. Grab my scissors to cut it. Now I'm going to tie my bow. All right. Again, I'm going to tie my knot because then I can, and I'm pulling it north to south. Now I want to kind of put these down here like so. All right. If you want them spread out, you can very easily do that. Now I know what you're thinking. That's really loose, but I'll show you how to fix it. All right. I'm going to take and tie my bow. I'm pulling it east to west. Then I adjust it to the size that I want. And I like little bows. It's a great way to do little bows. Make it big, hold the center, and pull it down. Now, because this is loose, which is sometimes hard to get it straight or tight, take a piece of tear-in tape, okay? Put one piece on one side and make sure don't take your back off. See, I've got it really loose on this side. Then take your other piece and pull it. Don't pull it too tight that you bow your card, and put your other piece. And see, now it's a lot tighter. That one is still being persnickety. You can take and pull each individual thread to tighten it a little bit. All right, so there we go. There's our thing. This one is a little too long. I think I will trim it. All right, now this is going to go on here, but I wanted to show you a great way to use some pattern paper, some cardstock for, I'm looking for punch. Ooh, where did my punch go? I may have to use my retired one. Huh. Where is my punch? Oh, here it is. It was in my kit for, all right. You can make little tiny flags that you can put on the back of here. So I think I'm going to use, let's see. Well, let's see what Cajun Craze looks like. It may be too dark. Let's see. There's that one. And let's look at crushed curry. I think I like the Cajun Craze. One of those things. And do I have a strip in here? No, I don't. I don't have any 1-inch strips, so I will make one. All right, hang on. I totally forgot this part. All right, I've got my 1-inch piece cut. And I'm going to stick it in here. I'm going to flip it over and make sure it's all the way around and it's straight. And then I'm going to punch it. And I want 2 of them, so I'm just going to flip it around and do the other side. And then I have both of them done. And all I have to do is cut it. And you don't want to cut these too short because I'm going to add them to the back of my card. So let me get my glue. Not my card, but my panel. I'm going to put some glue at the top. This is just a cute, fun way to add some interest with that out of the way. And I'm just going to add it with just a little bit hanging out. I don't want a whole lot. All right. And it's going to be caught on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of tear and tape and I'm going to stick it down that way. All right. And then I'm going to go over and I'm going to do this one. And I'm kind of staggering my tips. And again, I'm going to have to adjust it and add another piece of the tear and tape. This stuff is great stuff. I use it so much it isn't funny. Now I'm not taking the backs off of this until I'm ready to put it on my card because I don't want it to release on me. And I am going to put some here. I am not taking the backs off of my linen thread. Let me put that back on there. Maybe I'll get it. Oh, so I'm going to take this off. I can't get that one, so I'm not going to worry about it. But that one will be stuck down. And then this goes on your card like so. All right, you've got space for a sentiment there. I did not add one. I probably should have tested this before I stuck it down because it's a little too wide. Okay. I can't cut it because I would cut my ribbon, but I can cut this side just slightly. Let's see if I can do this without. No, I can't do it that way. I got to see it this way. Cut this just under 4 1/4. All right, I'm not going to worry about it, but I will trim that up. So there's card 2. Hey, Betty Ann. Hi, Deborah. Oh, I missed a bunch of people coming in. I was so focused. Oh, thanks, Peggy. So thanks for the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it. So there's card 2. Now, here's card 3. And I said I was going to be using the stencils. I will tell you, this little notch is used to line it up. I would suggest if you have a stamping platform, you use that. I'm going to take and I'm going to put mine because I'm not doing all of them. I'm going to put it even with the top, and the edge of my paper is in that divot. Oh, I'm glad I reminded you, Angie. We all have techniques. I'm going to put some repositionable tape. Do not use permanent tape. Not a good idea. All right, now I'm going to put this on even with my top because I'm only doing that one big flower. And I cut this bigger than it needs to be, and I will cut it down, But what I want to do is I'm going to take some, you want to take some tape and you want to tape it in place. You don't want this shifting on you. I'm going to do that. Now, I only want the big one, so I have to mask off the two little ones. And I'm using these. I use these for a card that I'm posting tomorrow on my blog. And I figured, well, they're already dirty. I'm going to use it. All right, I'm going to start with Daffodil Delight. And I have blending brushes. Now, I do not use, I get my blending brushes on Amazon, and they're inexpensive. I think I got, how many did I get? Well, I have two kinds. This one was from a set. There were 7 or 8 of them in there for like $10. This one is a makeup brush. That's all they are, is makeup brushes. I got this one at Dollar Tree. So if you've got a Dollar Tree near you, you can get different sizes. And that's what I like, is I can get the different sizes that I want. All right. So I'm going to add my ink all the way around. This is technically a sunflower. So I'm going to add that on there, and I'm not going to go really, really dark with it. And you'll see why in a minute. All right, so I've done my daffodil. Move it out of the way. And then I'm going to take, this is where I'm going to try something. I'm going to take my crushed curry and another blending brush. Now I use a different color for each one, and I wash them out. I'm going to start in the center. There's plastic there, so I'm going to add some extra color at the edge. I'm not going in very far, but I want to add some depth, dimension, so to speak. All right, I'm going to hold it. The other thing, if you want a light color, hold your blending brush back here. If you want it darker, because you apply more pressure, hold it near the head, for lack of a better term. Why is that one side? This one side just doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, I'll keep at it. Get this one side dark. All right, it's not gonna, it is just not taking the ink over here for some reason. All right, see how I've got it dark there? Let's see what it looks like. This is what you do. You take one of the pieces off your tape, not both pieces, and you flip this up. Oh, not bad. If I could get some more in there. This way, because I only took one side off, it's still on top. I'm gonna add a bunch of ink. Ah, there we go. If you need your ink to be really dark and you can't get it to be dark, just take and swipe it across your pad rather than tap. It picks up more ink. Okay, I think that might work, but I'm going to test it to see. Okay, let's see if I can get it picked up. Oh, yes, much, much better. All right, I'm going to take off. Now, you need to make sure you wash out or wash off your stencils. You don't have to do it right away. It will come off. Oh, I'm sorry, Betty Ann. Well, you're going to love this. We have 2 Dollar Trees here. We're getting a third one, a bigger one. So If you need any, let me know. All right, so I've got that. Now, the stencils have numbers on them. It's probably hard for you to see, but right there at the divot, there's a 2. So I'm going to take and I'm going to put that even with the top. And I'm going to slide mine. There it goes. I was going to say it's too far out. All right. So I'm going to match it up. The key here is to make sure you match it up. All right. And I only have to block out that. And I can get rid of my crushed curry. Then, oh, I know, Carol, I am so excited also. I love getting things there. Now I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow. I'm hoping this one carries a lot more of crafty type things. And I'm going to do, oh, wow, that's really dark. I'm going to, again, I was going to try to do, right, that may be all I do. I wanted to do 2 colors again. So let's see what that looks like. That's the way you get depth in it if you only have a single layer. How can I not pick these up? Oh yes, I'm going to leave it at that. But see how you get some definition? And it really kind of helps. All right, where did I put the other one? Back over here. I was going to say, where did I put these so that they don't get messy? Now we're going to do the inside of the sunflower. All right. So again, I'm lining it up. I'm shifting this a little. That if I put it in the divot, hold on, let me show you. If I put the top even and it at the divot, it's not exactly in the center. And I have a thing about being centered. So I'm playing with this one and making it centered myself. Thanks, Carol. All right, so there's that. I'm just going to block those off just in case. And now I'm going to come in with my early espresso. And I'm going to use a really, move this out of the way, really, really light hand for this piece. See how I'm holding it in the back and it's lighter? Because there's another piece that goes inside. It almost looks green. All right, let me check this out. All right, I'm going to leave that. If I need to, I can come back. All right. Move this out of the way and get the last one. And the last one will be darker. And again, I'm going to watch it. And I'm going to, this one needs to be centered. But again, I'm recentering it just because of the way it's laying. All right. And I'm going to put this down here. I haven't been going down there, but this will be the one time that it does. And now this I'm going to do really dark. I'm thinking that this might have been better with pecan pie. All right. So I'm doing it really dark. Over there. All right, let's see what that one looks like before I see. I don't like it. I think this center should be, the centerpiece should be more center. So to me, it looks like I didn't do it correctly. You'll have to let me know what you guys think. So that might be something that I modify on my next one. I may take and cover, do a circle and cover that up. and do that part and then pull that piece down. I just think it needs to be brown all the way. So, but there it is. All right, now let's put this together. And I cut this bigger, like I said, this was 4x4. Yeah, 4x4, because I wasn't certain how much I was going to need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it down, and I'm using my trimmer. This is the channel. I'm using the plastic piece here as a guide as to where to put that image so that it comes out straight or equally spaced. The other thing you want to remember is when you do your trimmer, come down once. Now this has the repositionable stuff on the back. Let me get this up here. Up there. All right. Go back the other way. The reason being, you have a blade on your trimmer. All right. And that blade is like a slit. It's like a razor blade. If you always cut down, you dull this side. If you cut down and then cut back up, you're using the blade equally on both sides. So that's a good thing. You know, Carol, I thought that too, but the other one, the other nicer one, there's one on the main shopping area. It's not that good, but the other one that we recently found that's on the same road the new one's going to be on is they're not far from each other. So I was surprised that we were getting another one so close in an area, but it is, or it has been, an empty building for several years. So that's good. Now I pulled in a piece of that All About Autumn. If you saw my unboxing, I don't like that side. Don't like it. Of course, it might be really cute with the bird's eye view, but I'm not a book creator. I like to read them. So I pulled it to the back side. And I looked at this and I thought, this looks like Cajun Craze. It's not. It's copper clay. And you know, I could swear I ordered a package of copper clay cardstock. Apparently, I didn't. So I will be adding that to my next order. I don't know why I didn't do copper clay. Wild wheat is the color I'm not real fond of. Thanks, Carol. I just don't. Carol S. I'm going to have to be specific there. Now, this can go on like this or like this. I think I'm going to put it on like that, but I think it needs a layer. Let's try Mossy Meadow, only because I don't think the yellow would stand out. So let me find my Mossy Meadow. Well, where's my Mossy Meadow? Oh, there it is. I looked at it and said, no, that's Garden Green, but it's not. It's Mossy Meadow. All right, let's see. Oh, yes, I like that. So this piece, let me cut this one down. There's my trimmer behind me. All right. This piece is, oops. This piece is, ooh, not quite 3 5/8 by not quite 3 1/8. So if I go 3 1/8 is there, I'm going to go just past 3 1/4. All right. And this was 3 5/8. And I just went past 3 3/4. All right, so there's that. And I put that down. Oh, well, maybe I'll make a multi-loop bow for this one. This is going to go on here. When I cut that paper, I use the smaller measurement first because it's a great way to be economical with your paper. Now I've got to add some dimensionals. And here's my thing. I'm going to add this with dimensionals. Okay, let me flip it over. And we have done 3 cards, 3 fall cards. 2 of them, or 1 of them, use new product. But I like showing you how you can combine and use new product with what you already have. This paper would look gorgeous with the leaf set that we had 2 years ago, I think it was. It was a gorgeous leaf set. I want to say falling leaves, but it may not have been falling leaves. I don't remember the name of it. And I've got to look in my stash because I didn't get rid of that. And I need to see where it is because I think I'm going to use it with this paper next month, my classes. All right, so I'm going to put this here. Again, center it the best you can. Ooh, I got dimensional back stuck to me. All right, let's do the multi-loop bow. Oh, darn, Kim, didn't see that. All right, so let's make our multi-loop bow. Once, twice, once, twice, once, twice. And if you noticed, I started with 3 fingers, went around it twice. Then I added the 3rd finger, went around it twice. Then added, I said 3rd, but it's 2 fingers, 3 fingers, then 4 fingers. Each time going around, all right, you get out of the way, around my fingers twice. Now I'm pulling them up to the center. Don't get your tails involved into it. All right. And I'm going to put this down right here in the middle. Now, if you can't do this by yourself, I need more space this way. Get a friend to help hold it for you, or use your reversible tweezers. I've been doing it for a while, so I'm pretty good at it. Now I want to pull this, but I don't want to pull it tight because see how these 2 are the same size? I can pull them and have 3 different sizes on each side. Then I'm going to take, you got to remember to pull the right one. Don't pull your tail. I'm pulling the tail on that one. Get out of there. All right. And do a 2nd knot. So you're double knotting it and it won't come apart. Then you just trim it. And then what you want to do is I put all my tails in the back. Where are my, oh, there are my glue dots. I pull all my tails down and I take a glue dot. Keep your tails out of the way. And I pinch it. I put it on one side of the knot. Then I put another one on the other side of the knot and I pinch them off. And then I can adjust it. And I'm just going to put that little bow right there, like so. Then what I'm going to take and do, I'm going to close this up so I don't my hand in it, is I'm going to take my loops and I'm pulling the same size, one up, one down, go to the next size, one up, one down, and the two biggest ones, one up, one down. Okay, I'm going to start in the back on this because it's easier. And I did have these two that are a little size, and then I just pinch it in the middle and you get this really, unless you get one that wants to be persnickety, you get this really cute, full loopy bow. And you can cut your tails for your, oh, thanks, Joy. It's a cheese shaker and a wooden spool for sewing. So that's where it got. So there's card 3, there's card 2, there's card 1. So 3 fall ideas for you. Great way to use what you have and make them fall. I didn't buy the leaf set in the catalog because I really like, I used, what is it? Colorful Seasons. I like that leaf better. I don't like the leaves in the new catalog. They look flat to me. I like my things to look more dimensional. So, but there you go. 3 ideas for you. I hope you got some ideas for your fall cards because it's about time to get working on those. Oh, thanks, Carol. Carol B. Oh, thanks for the hearts, guys. Thanks, Janice. Yeah, I know. We're about ready to work on fall cards, aren't we? So I just went looking to see what we have. I got to play with this one more. I've got to figure out, I'm thinking a 1-inch circle to cover that up, do that, and then center that. So I think it would just look better. I don't know, but it's just me. It just, normally it's not a problem. And I may try turning it around. Yeah, I'm ready for some cooler weather too, Carol. I think everybody is. We've all had it with the summer. All right, I'm going to take and I'm going to spotlight my face and get my camera out of the way. And there we go. Thanks for coming in. And like I said, try some cards, share it with us. Look at the sets you have. Maybe you have some. I was going to use, no, I know what it was. With this paper for my class, I'm going to use Darling Details and make those flowers, fall flowers, by just changing the colors I stamped them in. So, thanks for the hearts, guys. So I think it's important to repurpose what we have. We can't keep spending and getting stuff, you know? So if we can repurpose or use our sets in a variety of ways, I think it's a great way to get more bang for your buck, so to speak. So, all right, guys, I appreciate everybody coming in. Thank you so much for watching. I love sharing my ideas with you. And I hope you give some of these a try. And if you do, share it with us. You guys, if I don't see you next week, have a great week. Oh, you're quite welcome, Carol S. I will be back the week after. So like I said, it's going to depend on what my week looks like with Zoe and Jess and the girls, or just Zoe. So have a great weekend, guys. Bye.